First things first, who are you, what's your role, and where do you work?
I am Kyle Campos. I am the Chief Technology and Product Officer at CloudBolt.
What news are you bringing to our audience today?
Today, we're announcing the launch of our Kubernetes cost allocation. This brings together our capabilities in Kubernetes right-sizing and our FinOps capabilities, bringing cost allocation all the way down to the container level.
And what specific challenges does Kubernetes cost allocation address?
Well, more than half of Kubernetes users can't allocate costs down to the workload level. So generally, we're bringing awareness and visibility to where there's still a lot of blindness. That's still the prevalent state. And this also helps bring together what have been some siloed teams in platform engineering teams that are managing Kubernetes, doing all the optimization work there, and then FinOps teams, which are trying to report back to their business the cost drivers inside of those clusters, which they haven't had a lot of access to historically.
How does this announcement change the landscape compared to what existed before?
Yeah, so our secret sauce here is actually bringing the optimization and reporting together into one platform. As I mentioned before, either teams have been blind to this or they've had to do it in separate solutions and try to unify that data layer. But we're bringing that together into one solution. We've heard a lot from our users and that have been asking us to do this. This is maybe a somewhat obvious next step for us as CloudBolt came together with Stormforge here. So we're excited to bring those two experiences together.
And for our open source community, is Kubernetes cost allocation open source, and where does it fit in the CNCF landscape?
The product itself is not open source, but we have built this cost allocation on top of the Focus specification, which is a part of the Linux Foundation. So that is an open source specification for all cost and usage coming out of cloud providers. So we use that to not only ingest the real billing data, but also on export after we've done this cost allocation, we always are Focus compliant on export as well. So we're not locking up your data.
And can you break down Stormforge's business model and pricing structure for teams that are evaluating this solution?
Yeah, so Stormforge is typically priced against resource level, cluster size, vCPU count. On the FinOps side, we typically charge as total cloud spend under management. You can get started for free on Stormforge going to our website. There's a sandbox there, and there's a free trial as well that you can get started on.
And when people are exploring this space, which alternative solutions might they be considering alongside yours?
KubeCost is the one we hear most often from our customers, but also those same customers have been asking us to build into this space and to do better. So that's what we've tried to do here on the FinOps side. A lot of our customers don't have anything. They're just blind to this space as well. So again, we're trying to bring together those teams into a common product experience.
And what key advantages set Kubernetes cost allocation apart from similar solutions in the market?
Yeah, again, I think it's some of our secret sauce here is having the right sizing recommendations alongside of that cost allocation. So it's important on the optimization side for those platform engineers to know what are the cost implications of me not applying this recommendation or not turning on auto mode for this cluster, and they can see the real cost impact there. For our FinOps users, on the flip side of that, yes, the accurate show back and charge back is really important, and bringing defensibility into that so that their business can move forward is important. But also they don't want to just be reporting the facts there. They want to see where there is room to improve, where there's room to implement cost savings. So having both those together is a powerful combination.
Looking ahead, what developments can our audience anticipate from Kubernetes cost allocation and Stormforge?
Yeah, we're really excited to explore the space of having that granular utilization data and that cost data all coming together out of our same agent. So, you can imagine some interesting opportunities around what happens with budgets, maybe at a namespace label perspective and early warning. How does the forecast model get adjusted based off of our recommendation engines and seasonality and things like that? So there's a lot of space for us to explore there. Typically it's been at the Kubernetes level, it's been pretty black box for FinOps teams. And so now that we're opening that up, there's a lot of exciting opportunities there.
And how can interested listeners connect with you to learn more or get started?
Our website, cloudbolt.io. You can find us here at KubeCon. You can reach us on LinkedIn. What else? All the socials, all those things.
So for our listeners who might be interested in knowing more, what information should they check out?
You can go to our website at cloudbolt.io/Kate's Preview, K8S Preview, all one word. I'll get you information about this new release and access to it.